There seem to be three reasons emerging now why the state was thrown into turmoil in May this year. The first reason, what we are learning is that the whole coup in Myanmar in 2021, this led to an exodus from Myanmar into the hilly areas of Manipur. This also led to creation of new tribal villages in Manipur, which is one of the reasons which led to the events of May this year. The second was a statement by a minister in the Manipur government saying that these new tribal villages which have come up will be made into revenue villages. Now, land allocation is a very sensitive issue in Manipur. The whole fight and the whole tribal conflict in Manipur has been based on land allocation. This announcement, which was in fact done without any cabinet approval, that these new tribal villages will become revenue villages, angered the Meitei community because they felt that one day these people who have come from Myanmar and settled into the hills might one day come down to the valley as well, where the majority of the Meiteis live. The third came that controversial High Court judgment, which asked the state government to consider and give ST status to the Meitei community by May 19th. A deadline was fixed. The state government went in for a review of this judgment in the end of April, after the judgment had come in the mid-April, but the judge by then had proceeded on leave. This also created a lot of unrest amongst the KUKI community, which thought that a review won't happen and their jobs and their reservation would get compromised if the Meiteis also get the tribal status. These three factors, the influx of people from Myanmar into the hills of Manipur since 2021, the High Court judgment which said gives ST status to the Meiteis, and the third, the announcement of the revenue villages for the people who had come across from Myanmar. These three events in a way got together and angered not just the Meiteis but also the Kukis, and we saw what happened in Manipur from May 3rd to May 5th. Also, this influx from Myanmar is not exactly an infiltration. There is a free movement regime between India and Myanmar since 1968. So people from Myanmar and from India can go into each other country till a certain limit, about 16 to 17 kilometers, without any visa or passport. So now the center is, what the center is planning to do is, whoever comes in from Myanmar to India through this regime, their biometrics will be taken, their iris will be taken, so that they are put in the negative list of voters and do not get any citizenship. Another thing which is being done is fast tracking the border fencing project with Myanmar. It's a completely unfenced border. It's a huge border, and this border will be fenced now. The survey is already on. Most importantly, what the central government sources are saying, that this is not a religious conflict. It is a tribal conflict, and Manipur has a history of tribal conflicts. In fact, in 1993, there was another major tribal conflict then between the Nagas and the Kukis, which lasted almost 8 months, and many more lives were lost. Situation in Manipur, now the center says, is coming slowly to normal. There are still violent incidents happening, but it is a much smaller scale. And in fact, there has been no death in Manipur since July the 18th.